Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, January 5th, 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. Cold weather and low temperatures have swept across Albania. There is heavy snowfall in the northern areas and icy roads in the south. In Kukës, intense snowfall started yesterday and has continued throughout today. There are no reported blocked roads at this time. The national road is passable only with tire chains, and snowfall at Kalamesh Tunnel has reached up to 25 centimeters. Currently, 6 snowblowers are working to maintain the roads. In Dibër, Lura's administrative unit is the most problematic as it has been blocked since yesterday. Dibër's municipality declared that 2 snowblowers are deployed to open the roads. In Shkodër, snowfall continues in remote areas and vehicles can only circulate with chains on their tires. The Civil Emergency Directory has sent 2 snowblowers to Puk and Fushares. In Korç, all roads are passable, though snowfall continues in areas above 1,000 meters. The civil emergency staff announced that salt has been spread and that there are no problems with vehicle circulation at this time. There is ice on the roads in the south, but hasn't caused problems so far. There are no problems on the national roads and no electricity interruptions have been reported. Prime Minister Edi Rama gathered the Emergency Operational Directory today at the Prime Minister's office, where he asked for the inclusion of all officials in order to avoid grave situations from the coming bad weather. We are committed to coping with the situation, and our civil emergency teams have already been set up. All national roads are currently passable, the Prime Minister said. The Minister of Interior declared that all the necessary measures have been taken to provide necessary help to families that may get snowed in. Present at the meeting, the Minister of Health spoke of the flu situation, declaring that the distribution of vaccines will continue, and added that schools and kindergartens may be off for another week. The head of the Emergency Staff Service said that the overall road situation is normal, except for 2 road segments that are blocked by snow. He also raised his concern that the maintenance companies do not have enough salt to spread on the streets. Tirana City Hall has presented its plan for coping with the cold weather. During a meeting with City Hall leaders and administrators, the mayor declared that City Hall will be prepared 24 hours a day to cope with any possible emergency. The mayor, announcing that social centers will be open to shelter the homeless, said, "All social centers will be open. Also, Tirana's 24 units will be open. We will open kindergartens, schools, and the Palace of Sports to shelter the homeless," said Mayor Villiers. Emphasizing the homeless, the mayor said that City Hall has 2 phone numbers available to provide help, saying to call 0800-888 and 112 for emergencies, and noted that the City Hall police are also prepared for issues during this time. The mayor asked that citizens restrict how much they go out during these cold days and not to go to Daiti Mountain. Former MP Dashamir Tahiri appealed the Central Election Commission's decision to administrative court today. The MP's defense lawyer rejects the CEC's decision to remove the MP's mandate and has also filed a request for the execution of this decision to be suspended until the case has been tried. The lawyer also announced that they are considering the idea to take the decriminalization law to Constitutional Court, as according to him, the law does not stipulate in which court the appeal should be made. Meanwhile, the Central Election Commission will gather tomorrow to appoint substitutes for the 2 former MPs. Kosovo's former prime minister and the leader of the Alliance for the Future of Kosovo, Ramush Haradinaj, was arrested yesterday in France based on an international arrest warrant issued by Serbia. He is currently waiting for French court's decision whether he will be liberated or be extradited to Serbia based on the arrest warrant issued by Serbia. His defense lawyer expressed his belief that the former Prime Minister of Kosovo will return to Kosovo, but the Serbian Prime Minister has asked for his extradition. According to the Serbian Prime Minister, the prosecution has proof against Haradinaj and that no one can refuse Serbia's prosecution decisions. In 2015, the former Prime Minister of Kosovo was arrested in Slovenia based on a 2006 arrest warrant issued by Serbia. Haradinaj was retried and judged by the Hague Tribunal for war crimes, but set free in 2012, acquitted of the accusations against him at that time. Prime Minister Edi Rama condemned Haradinaj's arrest. The arrest of Haradinaj is absurd. It is unbelievable that the Serbian arrest warrants have not yet been deleted from the EU computers, the Prime Minister wrote on his social accounts. The Albanian Assembly Speaker, Mr. Ilir Meta, considered the detention of the former Prime Minister of Kosovo to be unacceptable and urged France and the EU to resolve the incident and clarify their position regarding the case. The Assembly Speaker's office stated that Mr. Meta was surprised by the French police making an arrest based on the old warrant issued by Serbia. The Assembly Speaker is convinced that the French authorities will clarify the circumstances of this arrest and act quickly to free Haradinaj. According to Mr. Meta, the arrest is illogical and unacceptable act that does not help the current spirit of dialogue and cooperation between Kosovo and Serbia. The Albanian foreign minister also condemns the arrest of Kosovo's former Prime Minister, saying Ramush Haradinaj's arrest in France on the basis of a 2004 arrest warrant issued by Serbia is condemnable as it is a well-known fact that international justice had freed him of all accusations. I urge French authorities to clarify the situation and immediately release Ramush Haradinaj, Bushati said in a statement, and added that this act damages the normalization process between Kosovo and Serbia.